Alrighty then, hello everybody, and welcome. I'm going to take in my TRX4 here on a little river run that I've been coming to for a couple years. It's been beating me, and I think I'm finally ready for him. I got my TRX4, I call RC Randy here. You can see I've done some customizations to it. It's not quite stock, but it's nothing crazy. See, I got some brass there. Portal axles got some brass. The axle covers have some brass, and it's just to keep the weight down low. Other than that, the gearing's the same. The wheels are bigger, they're bead locks, so they're sealed, so air cannot get in and out, or like that. It's kind of a scale thing, but it'll help with the off-road. And then I got slightly taller shocks in there, and I got a wheel spacer, so that the stance is larger too. I got stronger steering servo and steering arm, or horn. And I believe I got a 3S LiPo in here right now, or a 2S, but I got bigger batteries for it too now. So I think I'm finally ready to beat this river, because you'll see in the end, of course I have to drive over that thing. You can't just drive around it, you can't drive over this thing. So I had to do a little bit of cheating. But you'll see in the river, it's very slippery, and I'm just spinning the tires. Gotta go left, not right, okay. It's really slippery down there. So I'm really hoping this combo is good enough. And then, all the years I've been coming here, I've never quite seen it this overgrown. And there's a lot of horseflies here, so if you see me stopping the video and wondering why, it's most likely because I'm fighting horseflies and mosquitoes. And the cool thing about the TRX4 is you get 2 gears. So sometimes you might see me going really fast, most likely because I put it in the second gear. But it really helps with the trailing, getting through the trails. And then when you need to crawl, you get that first gear, you get all the power. And it also makes it get in and out of areas quick. Look how quick I'm going. I know it's 4X, but I'm actually going pretty fast. There's points where I was chasing. It must look so weird. I mean, just this RC just running through the forest, this guy kneeling down a bit, chasing this RC with a camera and a remote controller. It must have looked very weird. You'll see that scene in a bit. You're probably wondering, how do you make this scene? So I was going pretty fast. I was chasing the RC, kind of hunched over. It looked very strange, I'm sure. But I had a lot of fun doing this. It's good exercise. So the growth is starting to die down, and we're starting to head downhill now, and it's starting to get really rocky. So as you'll see, there's a bunch of these pathways are actually kind of dried up creeks, dried up riverbeds kind of. In floods, they are all just pouring little rivers, and they all kind of converge, and they're all slowly going downhill, and you see a couple of these kind of cliffs kind of meeting into one area, one large valley. It's where all these kind of smaller rivers meet, and then kind of continue on until they meet the larger river at the bottom. You'll see it. See how we're just going downhill? It doesn't really show it very well either. We're going downhill. Most of this trip to the river is downhill, and then the back is all uphill. So right now it's easy. So situations like this, I'll have the GoPro in my hand and a controller, which is supposed to be two-handed. To a controller RC, so I'm trying to do it one-handed, as you can see. I got the GoPro on the other hand. So this is not as easy as I thought it would be. I also forgot to mention I installed a light kit. You can see the headlights there are illuminated, and you might be able to see the brake lights are illuminated. They don't turn on when you pull the brake. That'd be cool. They're just always on. And I also have a rock light kit. It's just really a bunch of lights inside the fender, and I don't have it plugged in today. I forgot. I usually unplug it just to save lights, batteries. It's kind of overwhelming. You don't really need it, but it basically illuminates everything underneath the truck. But I forgot to turn it on. Plus it's daylight, you don't really need to see it. But as you can kind of hear, unless you don't listen to me, you might have heard I'm going pretty slow, and I'm using the drag brake. Technically, I'm using the engine to keep a certain speed going downhill. So it kind of sounded funny. Pretty cool that you can do that. because there's no actual brakes, you're just using the motor. and if the vehicle's going downhill but the motor is only set to a certain speed, it'll slow the vehicle down. That's why it sounds like that. It's pretty cool. And here we're getting, I think, to that area. Yeah, here it is, where there's a couple of pathways or valleys that meet. You got one from my right, I got the pathway that I'm on, the one to the left, and there's like something going on up to the right over there. And all these, it's kind of hard to see too. This is all downhill. It's beautiful here. So we've got this little river going through this little river, right? And these are all dried up little creek beds. And they're all going downhill. And this makes for, and you can see the cool cliff. Like there's so many cool cliffs here. I love it here. It's awesome. So many different like environments. There's like a grasslands there. There's like a forest, kind of cliffy area here. Of course, I got to drive over everything. Can't go around it. But yeah, I love this little rig. I am very into scale crawling, going slow. But for the video, I'm just going to try and, it's not going to be too scale. I'm trying to keep it fast here. Especially with the horseflies attacking you. Sometimes you get a little grace period, they stop. Sometimes I think I killed a couple, or at least I stunned them. But man, they're annoying. And then the mosquitoes, you know, you're used to them, or whatever. Got to the point going downhill where I was able to walk faster than my RC just because it's so bumpy. I don't want to destroy it. Plus the GoPro's on there, and you should have seen this GoPro. Oh my goodness! Like the video quality is pretty good considering the GoPro's software, and it's got that stabilization quality. It's very fancy, very nice. But from my point of view, this GoPro was being shooken around like a rag doll. It was crazy. I thought I was going to get bucked off like a horse on a cowboy, or on a cow. So this area is cool. It's got a cliff to the left and the right. So I really like it here. And this is one of my favorite spots to actually crawl and do slow crawling. Because there's all these rocks. You have to pick your path carefully. And I think in the video I just went up it really fast. But usually areas like this, I can't help it. I just want to go slow. I just want to see the flex of the vehicle, the flex of the tires, and pick my path carefully. And if you get stuck, it's your fault. Because you chose that path. That's what I kind of like about rock crawling. So anyway, almost at the river, getting pretty close. As you can see, the terrain is getting a little more steep, volatile. Get a couple of spots like this where it's nice, and then it gets all rocky. And it's about to get very rocky. So this little area that I'm standing in and Randy's in is more of the riverbed. And then to the left here, which I got in a fight with some horseflies, and I moved to the left is the path. It's a little bit faster. And you see here to the right, I kind of want to go back there again. But I know it's going to slow me down. It's going to get muddy too, but it's just really rocky. So this is the kind of more wet riverbed kind of thing. And then people usually walk on the left there. But it's just more roots and trees, so it's like you're kind of slow either way. So I just kind of go back and forth, left and right. And I get stuck somewhere around here. And surprisingly, he did not get stuck there. Just momentum. It's a pretty competent vehicle now that you do some upgrades, to be honest. And I get right over this one too. Don't need me. Don't need help. And he's just going. And then we get to the mud. The mud will really slow him down. He can handle it, no problem. Randy's got all the power, he's got all the clearance. He's just too slow now. And if I had more time, you know, obviously I didn't have a camera, didn't have horseflies, I would just be there all day. I would just be in the mud with him. They're gross though. I got my foot in the mud and they're a little hot. It's disgusting. Stink. And I think I got stuck here. Stucks happen. We call them hand to God when you actually touch the vehicle. It's kind of cheating. I did it a couple times. But Randy's a very competent RC. Not to toot my own horn. I didn't make it. But yeah, really good. Really good vehicle. Obviously the axial Wraith is better. It's just designed to be a rock buggy. But this is scale. This is scale. It's more realistic looking. And I like it. I do have a Wraith, as like I said, but it doesn't leave the house. This is the vehicle that leaves the house the most. This is the one I enjoy the most. And I've had zero. I don't know why I did that. I should have just waited. I've never had issues with water in TRX4s or Traxxas, so still waiting for the day that a battery blows up. I hasn't happened yet. But yeah, this is the spot. This is my favorite spot. Wow, I can't believe I nailed it, didn't it? So yeah, this is it. Cool little bridge, built by volunteers in 1990. Look at that, two little rivers meeting. Great. And again, I forgot to bring my clogs, so I just gotta kind of go in there barefoot. I actually really enjoy going in barefoot. And the river is, all the rocks are really smooth and round, so I'm not concerned about any sharp rocks. And you can kind of see some areas where I made this little bridge out of rocks. You probably can't see it. But here she is. All that work just to get her here. You can't really tell, but all those rocks are covered in like algae and gross stuff. So it's really slippery. So Randy has been really struggling. I've even been thinking about getting tires with like metal studs in them. Mostly for the snow. But just to try and get some help out here, because I really like it out here. Maybe I need to get an X-Max? I don't know. But slow crawling, he can do a good amount, but he eventually gets stuck high-centered. Some of these rocks are just too big, too slippery. But Randy does his best. See, that's how steep it was there, how deep it was. And you can kind of see the little bridge I made, the little river run I made. It kind of meanders there to the left and comes towards Randy and comes towards me. That was me. Slowly over the years, the Mother Nature has been beating down my little rocks. But as you can see, Randy's still struggling. But it's easier actually to go in second gear and just go full speed, which I do sometimes, but I'm trying to do the first gear thing, and that's just beautiful, a beautiful scene. You can see the river is actually pushing Randy. Again, those tires are full of air, so the foam is not getting wet, so it's actually very buoyant. So you can see it's pushing Randy towards me, even though I'm steering to the right. Look at this. Oh, it's beautiful. I love that. I love that scale look. See those beadlock tires? Here we go, some first person. Now again, thankfully, the GoPro has that stabilization, because Randy was bucking and driving all over the place. Now I keep trying to get tempted to go in this really deep spot. See the hood? It's almost completely buried in water. Over in this area here, it gets a little bit steeper, and I keep getting tempted to bring Randy over there, but I'm just trying not to. I'm just trying to focus on this little middle area here. Just go back and forth, and I really enjoyed it. A beautiful sunset happening right now. It's just gorgeous. Beautiful day to be on the river. And next up is to get a little boat. Somehow drive the boat and Randy out here. Launch the boat. And as I said, it's a little bit steeper or a little bit deeper water. I keep calling it steeper water. It doesn't make any sense. There's a little bit deeper water over there, so I'll be able to launch the boat down there. Yeah, I'm excited. But as you can see, the motor's like almost completely submerged. All the wheels completely submerged. You can barely hear the RC making noise.
Wow,
but it was like full RPM first gear, but fortunately, battery was dead. It got me all the way there, and I was playing with it, and that was actually a 2S. Now I put 3S, and she be kicking, especially when I put it in the second gear. And even with all that power and all that speed, one rock will kick Randy 90 degrees one way or 90 degrees the other way, and then the river stream will push him even further, so it's kind of hard to steer it. I'm trying to go full speed here. You can't really tell, but those wheels are spinning. And then I get a little calm here once it gets a little higher. Yeah, I really enjoy it here. If I could just make sure my battery is waterproof, I wouldn't even care. I'd fully submerge Randy. I'm not worried about the Traxxas electronics. I'm more worried about the battery. And I have an adapter. It's a Gens Ace battery, I believe. And so different connections. Dean's connection to Traxxas connection. I don't know. So I'm worried about that. But it would be nice to just have full confidence to just hit rivers like this and submerge it. See, that was full speed. Second gear, full speed. And it bounded the river quickly, but it's so jarring. So many large rocks Randy has to get over, but he did it. And so I deemed that a success. Obviously, I was playing with it most of the time. I didn't videotape everything. I obviously deleted most of the stuff, but I was there for quite a bit. I was there for maybe an hour or so. And I really gave her. Me and Randy really, got to experience that river. And there's a little sign there that says built by visitors in 1990. And yeah, so to the left there is where I was playing. We got the little island to the right there. I was there. I didn't videotape that. I spent most of the time on the left there. And down here is where it gets thicker or deeper, steeper, I guess. If I want to keep saying it's steeper, I don't know. And that's where I want to drop a nice little boat. And nailed it. And so yeah, that's what's gonna be next. And now pretty much the end of the video is just me getting home, but there's a couple cool scenes which I kind of gave a sneak preview at. Gave a sneak preview at in the beginning of the video is me chasing the car, and I was kind of mentioning it must look awkward. That's coming near the end. It's probably my favorite. It reminds me of a T-Rex chasing the vehicle in Jurassic Park. I don't know why. I should add some footsteps sounds and some T-Rex noises to it, but maybe I'll do that. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I kind of like it the way it is. But yeah, so now we're all uphill. I am getting attacked pretty heavily at this point by the flies, and as you can see, I'm just trying to give her. This is that cool little cliff area I was talking about where I usually take my time, and I just powered right through it. Chose a good path, powered right through it, didn't even care. There's that cool cliff on the other side, beautiful, don't care, I'm going home. These stupid flies are biting the crap out of me. I think I had another fight somewhere around here. I had to stop the video. But yeah, you could tell I'm not in the mood. I'm trying to drive around things. You see here, drive around it while I'm getting attacked. So mosquitoes, horseflies, everything's just going nuts. But luckily, Randy's in second gear, and I can give her the beans while I'm fighting them off with the other hand, and I don't have the GoPro in my hand, so. And then at some points it calms down and they don't bother you as much. And there you go. Decided to follow him here. And this is what I really enjoy the most, just watching Randy, seeing the vehicle move, the scale aspect of it all. It's really weird when you have a camera in your hand. It must look very strange. And I do have a Traxxas Slash 4-wheel drive version with a fancy Valinian motor. It's really fast, and I do like fast stuff, but my thing is going slow. Slow. Yeah, I'm a slow person. Something about rock climbing and hill climbing and trail ride and all that. Just the ability to get out there with your own vehicle is just so cool to me. So it's coming up soon. My favorite scene in the whole video. It's pretty much when this double speed ends. I'll stop talking. But it just reminds me, like, just imagine right now a T-Rex is chasing you and you're like, uh-oh. Put in second gear. Right about here. This is where I think the Jurassic Park scene should technically begin. that didn't happen. Just go, go, go. Alright. Really enjoying this first person view. That's a good idea. I wish I did this sooner. And I was trying to visualize here, not hitting the rocks. Nope, never mind. Oops. Oop, pretend that didn't happen again. And here I was trying not to hit the rocks, trying to visualize. Boom, hit the rocks. Alright. Alright, that's all. So, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try and get out there again. Maybe get some different shots, different angles. Maybe make a longer video. I don't know, see how it goes. Because I'm a little curious now as to how fast Randy is in comparison to my treadmill. So, let's go home quick and see how he does on the treadmill. Just out of curiosity. This thing only goes up to 10. It's going to be a little difficult, but you can see I already had a couple practice runs. And you can see he's got some wobbles in the wheel. Maybe some flat spots or something. Gets a little worse. There's the wobble. There she goes. As I increase the speed, it gets worse and then gets better. I think I'm around 7 or 8 right about now, out of 10 on the speed, and right about 9. And you just can't keep up. So there you go. 9 out of 10 on a regular treadmill, I'd say. I don't know what speed that is. Probably should have looked that up. So I can indeed run faster than him, and so can you. That's okay. Anyways, thank you for watching, everybody. Take care and have fun out there.